training, so you guys can actually see me do stuff.
Yeah, I'd like to see some actual, like, fighting. Oh, what the fuck?
Hold on a sec.
Lappy. Lappy's kind of hot.
Turn this down a little bit. Turn the audio down.
Kidding. Here, I'm gonna move this.
I can
back.
show you who she is at some point.
Is she an actual person?
Yeah, it's a person inside of a dog costume.
Is it a dog instead of a person instead of a costume?
Oh,
would watch out for the echo.
you mean like a turducken?
Yeah, pretty close to that.
Turduckins.
Fucking turducken.
Yeah, I just wanted to check that level real close. Alright, so I'm gonna turn. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm gonna turn the speaker volume lower.
Turn the funk down.
I have to turn the funk down or we're gonna get a bunch of echo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Where's my coffee?
So, you're just a police guy going around.
There's
World's
a-
ending, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a whole world-ending scenario.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
There's a whole world-ending scenario where data is leaking out of the astral plane and causing people to shift into beasts.
So it came out of the astral plane and then it gave you an astral chain, so you can do some astral games.
Yeah. It's
Sure.
leaking out of the anal.
It's leaking out of the sphincters.
Yeah.
So you got to go crazy.
Yeah, you gotta.
Also, welcome to Astral Chain, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys?
So this is a game came out 2 days ago.
It came out more than 2 days ago. I just only bought it recently.
Or some days ago.
It's
something
very
like that.
recent.
Yeah. It was like within a week.
Brady, I guess Brady was the only smart one out of us because I literally looked at this game. I looked at this game the first time I saw it at like an E3 thing, and I was like, yeah, I don't know why. I just didn't want to play it. And Brady actually came over and showed it to me, and I think I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
It looks really cool.
It's really good. I remember seeing it in E3, and I was like, I want to get that game, but I have too many games right now that I'm playing, so I'm gonna wait a bit, but I'll at least be able to see it. I love how that guy runs. It's kind of
God, dude. Yeah, so Brady's just sort of showing us. We went to the training room and he showed us all sorts of like cool actions and shit. And this is what did you say this was, Brady? Just an enemy practice fight?
Yeah. They have training missions,
Yeah.
and this is the sparring area where you can
Okay.
choose a specific type of enemy and fight against it.
Gotcha.
So in this case, it's a power one. See if you press this,
Oh, whoa.
I can now see its health.
Ah.
Huh.
Naturally, I couldn't, but now I can.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that like is that an actual thing that you have to engage on every enemy?
Yeah. If you want to see their health bar, you have to scan them.
Okay. But does that cost anything, or
Nope.
is it just sort of something you do?
This is called the device that you use to do it is called the iris.
Okay.
Which, if we take a look at my eyes,
Are they red? Oh, they're blue.
Oh,
glow
they're
blue
blue.
color?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Matrix.
Dang
Oof,
it.
You just got smashed.
I liked the grid thing in the scan too. Like that looked very awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like that's really cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. Showing.
It looks like a hall of mirrors.
it looks like they literally reconstructed a whole digital area
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Also, why are you taking damage?
because I'm being slapped.
Yeah, but like,
And
why
bopped
can you
around.
counter it, or are you just letting
Yeah,
it
I'm
hit
trying to
you?
counter, but I'm not very good at
Yeah.
I
it.
was gonna say like it looked like you were just letting it hit you. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure what you were
Yeah,
doing.
there are two ways to counter it. One of them is summoning your legion at the last second,
Okay.
and the other one is literally just dodging.
Man, you know what I will probably be really bad at? Countering in this game.
Yeah.
Because I already suck at countering in fighting games.
Ugh.
Yeah, this is well. So when your legion gets hit, do they take damage or?
Whoa, he overdrive?
Yeah, he's got a little bit of extra.
He overstand?
seconds.
What is that?
Certain things can give you more charge. For example, picking up tracks and stuff,
Yeah,
or I guess they call it red matter,
gotcha.
can give them a little extra charge, and killing enemies can recharge them.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Brady, how many hours have you put in this game so far?
Well, I got it 2 days before Iceborne.
So
Probably like 10 or so.
Okay.
wow, 10 hours really. Do you think it's gonna be a long game?
I think I'm on the 5th mission?
The 5th mission?
You're not who I want to talk to. I can't check.
Please
right
leave.
now.
There's a giant monster behind me trying to kill me.
Huh. Dan, you said there was multiplayer, at least where you control
You
the
called him
main
Dan.
character and you can control the Legion, right?
Yes, but you need two Joy-Cons, which I don't have connected at the moment.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
But is there well, can you use another Pro controller?
I don't believe you can. I think it has to be Joy-Cons.
That's
Oh,
weird.
oh, really? Like the
Yeah.
second player has to. Oh, that kind of sucks.
So can you? Is there like an online arena?
Nope.
Like online multiplayer?
No.
It's just local.
Well, yeah, you're playing together.
Yeah, but I
Good
wasn't
story.
sure if there was like a battle, battle other players function.
No, no PvP, just
Okay.
PvE.
Man, that's fine, I guess.
pretty
Would be
cool.
kind of weird with PvE or PvP.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I just thought, it might.
I can't remember if you answered my question, but do the legions take damage?
No,
Okay.
I'm
'Cause
assuming
he
if
gets
they
hit,
if
but
they get hit, they get knocked back, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming it also reduces the gauge a bit.
yeah, the time, yeah.
But they don't actually take any damage.
So what is? I know I keep calling the gauge like stamina. What is it actually?
That's
Well,
time.
it's just overheat.
yeah.
Once that gauge gets to 0, they overheat, and if you let them overheat, you have to wait a while to use them again.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but while you're waiting, you could probably like cook eggs on them, you know.
I mean, I'd certainly hope so. If you can't use them for fighting, I don't
Yeah,
know what the fuck
yeah,
else are you
yeah,
gonna
just
use
turn
them
them
for.
into a
There's also this.
I guess the toaster.
Oh.
Oh shit, that's right. You told me about this.
You can chain them up by
That-
wrapping your chain. That's not what I told you about. I
No,
told
you told me about a
something-
clothesline.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I change the program to find one that charges.
Oh man.
It's humanoid ones?
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, this
Like
is
The
there's a lot
aesthetic is very nice.
Well, there's also some really cool, like, especially with this thing you're talking about, clotheslining. Like, there's a lot of dynamic
Here,
shit
oh,
that you can
no.
do.
I think he's do it. Do
Like,
the charge.
so many
Do it.
dynamic, like, in the moment kind of action.
It's it's pretty fast paced as a game, but it's also sort of like hack and slash, and where you sort of just have to swing and hope.
Yeah. Well, and there's also just this ridiculous music in the background that hasn't let up.
Right.
Well, that's
it's-
probably just the generic music.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Does it change around? Oh.
Oh shit! Here it
That-
goes. Oh
that's
my
so-
god!
He's doing it too.
He just fucking somersaulted.
Well, you just yeet it away.
Fuck you.
Oh, I love that.
pull a
Oh, that's
wrestling move.
fantastic. You Batista bomb that
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah. Just pick him up and RKO.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. And here's the arms, dude.
God,
Oh my
yeah,
god.
this guy seems a bit.
Dude,
like,
you literally do just
insane.
aura them.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, he is.
This
Oof.
game is cool.
It is. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
But Monster. Oh, that's new.
I always find it really interesting that whenever I'm looking for games, like just by myself, I find cool games sometimes, but most of them are sort of eh. But whenever it's like you, Brady, or actually, no, Nick, you've done it a few times as well, and
Uh-huh.
Jesse, whenever you guys recommend a game to me, I'm like, holy fuck,
Oh, yeah.
this is
Oh.
exactly what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, it was the same
Like,
with me
holy
with
shit.
Slay the Spire. You guys were playing it, and I was like, oh my god, that's a game I need.
I
right
have
now.
not played that game in forever, but
I haven't played
I
in
just
forever.
was looking at it with Brady today, and I think I'm gonna. Like, if not
Yeah.
tonight, then
Yeah.
like very soon.
Yeah.
Because
It
fuck,
is.
I forgot how good that game
Yeah,
is.
that game is so good. I'm gonna definitely try and pick. I need to pick up a new next couple of games, or a new set of games in the next little bit, like Spyro and stuff,
So-
and probably this game. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So Brady, what happens?
Oh
if
my
you,
god!
What
Oh,
the
I thought
shit?
you got both of them. Like you checker moved them.
Can
You
you
can.
like can you
Oh,
like
really?
lasso them?
Yeah, can you grab both of them together?
Oh whoa, we did it.
That is amazing. They're like,
Is-
oh shit!
Oh my god. Is there like something you can do where like you wrap them in like a circle or something with your chain? Like, do you know what I'm saying, Brady?
Oh,
No.
like AT-AT them from Star Wars.
Sorta.
What?
You know, like the one where they like fly around the giant robot and they like tie its legs up and then it
Yeah.
falls over and it's like, oh no, I
Oh.
need these for walking.
I don't know.
That would be really cool. But like,
I haven't
yeah,
met
you
any
know the-
enemies big enough to do that.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
the thing you're doing there, sort of, where like you come together at the same point, but like you start on the opposite sides, or like the same sides as your origin, so they end up in a closed circle. Is that what that is? Like the lasso?
I mean, sort of. You take the chain and wrap it around them,
Yeah,
and when you do, they get chained to the ground.
that's really good.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And can that work on any enemy?
I believe so.
Wow.
The hard part is that in order to control the Legion yourself, you have to hold L2.
I was going to
move
ask
them.
that, actually. So
You move them with the right stick, while you move yourself with the left stick. So you're literally controlling two characters
goes your
at
charge.
once.
Can you pull out another one immediately, or do you have to wait?
No,
for
they all run off the same
shit.
gauge.
So,
Because technically, the thing that's overheating isn't them;
It's the arm.
it's the device that you use to contain them.
Yeah.
So-
Are they things that people have created, or are they like Pokemon kind of? Where
Basically,
you've just like enslaved them to your arm.
I mentioned
arm
earlier
dimension.
the gates that were being
Yeah, the
Roving
giant,
and
anal leaking.
inside of those things are things
Holes.
called chimeras, which
Oh, okay.
are it's because they're interdimensional beings. They're invisible to us.
Mhm.
That's what these legions are.
Oh,
They're
the chimeras.
they're chimeras that we captured and are able to control.
Oh, okay.
So, are the chimeras normally hostile?
Yes.
Yeah.
Extremely hostile.
That's
how,
not good.
How are you supposed to fight them if you can't see them?
Because you're chained to this legion,
You can
you
see
share your abilities and their abilities with each other.
Yeah.
So you
though-
gain senses from them, which is why you can see them.
Yeah. Though meanwhile, like every second, your legion is like, I just want to fucking kill this person.
them? Also, what was going on with your chain there? Was it invisible? Or like...
I guess, haven't encountered it, but you probably can't just chain things multiple times.
Okay.
Or you can't rechain something while something's already chained.
Gotcha. So if you want to chain multiple things, you have to do it in one loop.
Yeah.
I think the
Gotcha.
thing I like is that the combat is just super fluid.
Yeah, it
Well-
does. It looks really fluid.
It took a while to get used to.
Yeah. But like once you get used to it, you're able to just like.
Well,
do all
it's
these
kind of
crazy
like
tricks and
it's
shit.
kind of like with BB Tag and like Persona 4 Arena, where whenever you need a second to like recharge or something like that, you like use your Legion to do stuff, right? Like, is that sort of how you do it, Brady?
I know. I try to do things all at once.
Okay.
Try to go with the flow
Get
of
out
battle.
of here, bitch.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
if you try to hold yourself back
Yeah.
and only use one at a time, you literally just you run out of things you can do. Because
okay.
if you're fighting 3 of these dudes all at once, one of them starts charging while the other one's still attacking you, your best bet is to stop the one who's doing it while also you going after somebody else.
Right. So does the Legion attack on his own when he's near a
Yes.
enemy?
It'll naturally go after things itself.
Okay.
Huh.
And you only have to call on it when you want to perform a special attack.
Yes. If you
Okay.
noticed, you probably did notice, after certain things, there's that blue flash.
Yeah.
That's when I can call on it to do myself. If I wanted to attack
okay.
something specific, if I press L2 is how you send it out or bring it out,
Right.
and you can also use it to bring it back to you,
Okay.
and you can use that to send it towards specific enemies.
But is there any like lock-on symbol that knows which one you're focusing with him?
No. It might be, if you notice, when I'm targeted onto it. You
Yeah.
see the blue line around it right now?
Yeah.
I
Oh.
think that means my legion's targeting.
Okay.
When
and
I
then
target it, I get a color.
yours gets yours gets
okay,
the
you get
white
the
line
white.
that complements that.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
Mike, what
This game is really aesthetically pleasing.
It is.
And really
Yeah, it is.
fun.
Yeah,
It does
really
exactly.
nice.
It runs its aesthetic very well.
And do you know if these are the only weapon forms of your personal weapon that you can get?
So far,
Okay.
I'm assuming they are, because 3 is already a lot.
I would like a sight.
Yeah, like you've already got 3.
I want a sight.
I know it's very random, but I'm getting a lot of Ruby and Persona vibes from this.
Yeah, you
and
can
I
just
really
get a
just want a
huge
scythe and
scythe.
Arsene. Like, that would be
That's all
fucking
I need.
awesome. God, dude, what the hell? This, my personal opinion, this game has no right looking as cool as it is.
Yeah, like
And yet
it
it's
is.
here.
Yeah, I think the really nice thing is all the animations with like attacks and stuff. That's what
Yeah.
really seals the aesthetic.
Is there like a submission you could do, Brady?
Oh yeah, do they have side missions and stuff, or is it all story?
From what I can tell, it's all story,
Okay.
which is one thing I don't like.
Yeah, that
I
does
like-
seem a little
Like, they have other
Poo-poo.
things you can do. Like, they have little, like, submissions that you can do during the main missions.
Yeah.
But there are no, like, small missions you can
Yeah, well,
Like if you wanted to get like a little bit of like extra item, you can't just go do that.
Yeah.
It has to be during the actual mission.
well, is this a
Actually, is there equipment?
There's... No, not really.
No like accessories or anything?
You can make yourself look different.
Okay. But nothing that changes your stats?
All of your stats come from the Legion.
Really?
So that
you have to
tree can-
upgrade your Legion in order to make yourself better.
That tree increases your attack power and theirs.
okay.
Gotcha.
So, do you, oh shit, what was I gonna say? You know what, I don't even know.
I
Can't remember.
really
Oh,
want
tell
to
me
rock
about the
this
story.
fucking game with like girl police officer kicking ass with giant robot persona.
Yeah.
Like I want that. Oh yeah, and for everyone who may or may not be watching this,
Hello,
we
subscriber.
we just had like a whole like 20-30 minute session of me re-rolling my character in Monster Hunter World.
Oh yeah, and let me just tell you, it's hot.
Yeah, I normally, like, at least in recent years, I've started playing a lot of girl characters in games because I just think you can customize them way more, and they normally look way better.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you may want to make someone that
That
looks
arm guy
exactly
is my
like you, but it's like, why would you want to make something that looks exactly like you? I see myself every day in the mirror.
Yeah.
I want to make something aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
And I like females, so...
Well, that's the thing
I,
about video games. You can be whatever you want.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's your choice. In
So-
the real world, you don't get a choice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just
Whatever
made
you
a
want.
really attractive girl that these boys over here helped me with, and
Yeah.
she turned out really good. And I'm pretty sure, you know, when I go and get this game, whenever we end up deciding we'll finish this recording session, then I'm gonna make a hot girl and I'm gonna bash the shit out of people with this frickin' JoJo stand. Holy
Yeah,
crap!
this guy is
dude.
my absolute favorite.
This man is awesome.
He is ridiculous.
Just so you know, I just got him. So he's not
God,
at the very
dude.
beginning of the game.
Okay.
So like the sword one's the beginning, and then the
Yes.
bow, and then this one.
You start off with the sword one. You get the
Yeah.
bow one after that.
That
then
is
there's-
freaking sick. And like
there's-
the blue thing is the radius, yeah.
Yes. There's 2 more you get.
Oh,
That was the
look at that
perfect-
high speed
that was-
dodge.
That
Yeah,
was the
that was-
perfect dodge, by the way.
Oh man, that's sick.
Ugh.
Was that another perfect dodge?
Yep. You can follow it. Well, I think if you level it up, you can follow it up with an attack from your Legion.
Dude, you're looking like some what the fuck was that game? It's like I think it was Darksiders and Final Fantasy 15, where
Ooh,
there's like
yeah,
like
yeah.
a certain thing where if you perfectly time something with a perfect dodge, you do this crazy cinematic animation and then a counterattack that can stagger on that shit. Like that would be awesome if you can get that with skills.
Yeah.
Or Bayonetta, actually. There's another thing with Bayonetta and the Witch Time.
Well, this is made
Oh,
by.
yeah.
It's made by the same people. Yeah,
Yep,
you said
Platinum-
that.
Okay, I
Platinum Games.
didn't know if it was an indie developer or not.
No, it's
But-
by
okay,
Platinum.
That was the
Okay.
other thing that really excited me because I was like, I really like Bayonetta, and almost nobody I know has actually played that game.
Yeah,
And
I
it's just
definitely
like
haven't.
this game is so reminding me of that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it really feels like if you mess up on the wrong kind of enemy, you literally could just get eviscerated. Or am I
Oh,
wrong about that? Brady.
What? Sorry.
No, you're good.
I got
Oh.
super into
No, I
super into beating these
understand.
guys up.
He was doing the thing he does in SAO where he's showing off really cool combos.
Yeah, that's the best way to like get into it.
By the way, SAO Hollow Fragment. Actually, I think all of them have perfect dodge mechanics as well.
Yeah, they do. But there was a what the fuck was I saying? Oh shit, I forgot.
You were talking about
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta and stuff.
Getting
Oh
eviscerated.
yeah,
by-
Bayonetta. But yeah,
enemies.
if you like mess up,
change the
if you mess up like not even too badly in Bayonetta, but you're not like dodging and shit, like Bayonetta's a glass cannon. So like, can you get eviscerated really easily in this game if you're not dodging and shit?
I have it set. I have the difficulty set to casual because that's what it's normally set to.
Yeah,
But as
What
far
is
as
the
I,
one above that? Is it
it's
normal?
just standard.
slightly more.
Basically,
Oh, I
the-
want standard.
The only,
Like,
first of all, it starts you on casual. Second of all, the only difference I can tell
yeah,
is the amount of revives you get. But can you guess how many times I've had to be revived?
twice.
None.
Oh,
I have never had to be revived.
I just took a guess.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to be that guy because you're playing on casual, but like, I don't know. The scaling might be that, but like if you're saying it starts on casual, I'll definitely check the descriptions for it. But is there like a casual standard and then like a hard mode?
Nope, there's an easier mode.
So it's literally only standard or easier.
Yes.
Huh.
At the moment, there might. I know after you complete a mission, you get an ultimate version of how to do that mission. I haven't tried anything
that's
yet
sick.
because I haven't beaten.
Oh wait,
it yet.
does it not? Is it? Oh, it's only change the scaling for the mission.
I'm guessing.
But
I'm pretty sure the
the
difficulty scaling is purely for how many revives you get.
But is the difficulty scaling at the beginning of the game?
No. At the beginning of every mission, you choose which.
Okay.
game
Yeah, that's what I was asking. If there was like an
okay.
easy, normal, hard when you start the game.
Oh, so each mission you just go to.
Yeah. Or
okay.
if you're like Fire Emblem Three Houses, there's there's easy, piss baby easy, and like the easiest mode fucking ever, and also casual and classic. Because I know you guys haven't really played that game, but if you get to it, literally the differences between like the standard and hard mode is like the standard mode. I think the easy mode is like you get an unlimited amount of like battles with certain shit in a certain section,
Right.
and the enemies have like slightly less health, I think, and like their stats are like 1 point lower than normal.
Okay.
And then if you go into the hard mode, you get no unlimited battles, so you only have a limited number of battles during training sections, and their health and stats are put to normal. So like the hard mode is literally just it's classic Fire Emblem, and they're going to add like a hard mode, which essentially, you guys played Fire Emblem Awakening, right?
No.
No, I did not.
Okay.
heard
There is
it
a
was really
mode.
good.
There is a
Did
mode
not
in
play
that called Lunatic, which is the first time they ever did it in a Fire Emblem game.
Huh.
Essentially, it was like easy, normal, hard. Those normal ones.
Right.
They were never really that bad. Like hard is just normal but with more stats. Lunatic, however, basically takes the stats from normal and triples all of them on all the enemies.
Oh shit.
So literally, to get through the first like 3 stages before you can even outfit your entire team, you have to use the pre-promoted unit, Frederick, and basically carry the team. You can't even get too many levels on him, but carry the team so they're out of range and
you can shatter their
use
team.
Frederick on like situational shit. Like it's crazy.
Oh.
I was gonna bring that up, but Jameson was talking. I didn't want to interrupt him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over.
Oh no, you're fine.
No, I hadn't begun saying anything. That small enemy.
The one with the beam.
Yeah, the little teddy bear dude.
That one. When its
What?
beam is connected, like it is right now, both of them are invincible.
Oh what?
What?
Really?
Yep, I cannot hurt them.
Is that an Astral Chain thing like you have? Sort of?
I
Maybe?
think it's just something totally different.
Yeah.
But with the sword, you
Yeah.
can cut that energy beam.
Oh, that's
Which-
what that animation is. And
Yep.
then the bear gets stunned and you can kill him.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's freaking sick, dude.
Wow, holy shit!
I'm just a small bear. Ah!
I
Nick,
just
did
made
you
mine.
download all your shit over there?
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
ready to
It was
go.
Yeah, that's
downloaded
right. It was
immediately.
downloaded.
Yeah.
Oh, this game is cool. So can you only damage him if he's stunned because he shields like that?
No, you can still hit him in between.
Yeah, it just I
strikes.
guess does less
It's
damage.
just
Gotcha.
same with these guys. They can just block you if you want.
So, do you know anything about the other 2 legions, or?
like, I
You
wonder
see
what
all
they're
of them in the
at.
very beginning, but you don't
Okay.
know what they do.
If there's an arms one, is there a legs one?
No.
It's just got huge legs and then a tiny body.
Do I get one that's just tits?
Yeah. yeah.
It's just Naoto's Baps from dancing.
I'm an ass guy, so I'd want one.
I'm an ass guy.
Yeah, give me a real thick legion. But
How
yeah,
many
like-
C's do you want on that, Nick?
3 C's and a
I was
QUE.
gonna say three,
QE. Oh, I like that one.
3 at least.
3 at least.
With an umlaut in the
A
middle.
little enye over the Q.
Good stuff.
So
Thicken.
I like them thick.
Fucking Moto song.
I like them crunk.
I like them big. I like them chunky. Chunky!
Chunky. So they have sword, they have bow, they have arms. What else could they add?
They have one called Beast and one called Axe.
Oh, okay.
Beast,
Another cutting one.
Beast is like a dog.
Oh, did Brady just say that?
Huh?
I didn't notice it.
What?
Oh, I thought Jameson said you had already.
No, no,
said
no.
I
It
didn't
was
notice
you were saying in the beginning that you didn't know what the other two were, and I'm like, you could have just said their names, and it could have inferred from it, because it just sounded like.
No, I said I didn't have them.
Well, you didn't say what they were though.
That's because I hadn't gotten to it yet. We kept
Okay.
talking.
All right, continue. Sorry.
There's one that's
Sorry.
Beast, which is like a dog.
Talking a lot of shit for a guy in cum shot distance.
Oh fuck, Nick. I don't know if I was ready for that.
Okay, I was kidding.
No, I mean I'm okay with that.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, it's cool.
All right.
But
Anyways,
you can.
Just give me like 2 seconds.
All right, cool.
I believe you can ride the Beast one, like a dog.
Oh,
shit,
cool. Okay.
But the Axe one, I don't know.
You can probably chop down trees like a lumberjack.
Let me take a wild guess, Brady. Does he use an axe?
No.
Oh.
What I remember, he uses
What?
a greatsword.
What the fuck?
What?
Don't ask me.
Maybe he's like
Brady,
a more
Brady, did you
powerful
mean
version
that
of
his
the-
name is Blade and
No.
not
I already have
Greatsword
sword.
or Axe?
I already have sword.
No, no,
remember?
no. His name is Blade. We're bringing that discussion back up.
No,
You
we're
remember
not.
that?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Charge
Axe-
Blade.
An axe is a blade,
Charge Blade.
and a sword is also a blade.
Charge Blade.
Yes, it is a
Wait.
charged
An
blade.
axe is not
I feel like-
categorized as a blade. It has a blade, but it's not called a blade.
It is. The only situation where a blade is not anything with a blade is in literature.
But in what form have you ever heard somebody call an axe a blade?
Oh, here, let me just pop in real quick. I went to pick up my phone to check this up for the debate, and I got an email from an Army recruiter that said, "Hey man, it's blah 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 with the Marines. You ever think about serving your country?" And I don't know if I'm what I should respond with.
Just hit him with that hard go fuck yourself.
How about you go fuck yourself? No,
I
I might just tell him like, "Sorry man, I live in Libya.
Yeah, well there you go.
I can't."
Yeah,
can't
I don't
come
mean to
home."
offend anybody who's like super army or whatever, because
I don't even know how he got my number.
personally, I don't really have an issue with it, other than, in my personal opinion, I think it's a really good way to go get yourself killed, but that's besides the point. But anyways, I think army recruiters are some of the most annoying people out there, because
I
they
might just tell 'em-
pester you.
I
man.
think I might show him the picture of the Pornhub thing where they're like planting a tree for every video watched or whatever, and tell him I'm already saving my country, man.
Send him a link to the Pornhub video. Two twins get destroyed.
Yeah. Okay. Axes are usually composed of a head and a handle. The axe is an example of a simple machine as it is a type of wedge or of dual inclined plane. This reduces the effort needed by the wood chopper. It splits the wood in two parts by the pressure concentrated at the blade.
So you're looking at a wood chopping axe.
Yeah.
Well,
you want like
no, a double-headed axe.
Like-
Any
like a
any
battle
axe
axe?
has a blade.
Yeah, well,
Any
that's the
axe
thing.
is a blade.
Any sharp weapon has a blade.
No, it doesn't have to be a weapon.
Yes, any sharp item with like an edge.
Because a kitchen knife isn't a weapon.
Yes, but it still is a weapon.
It can be.
Yeah.
you can turn
Anything can be a
anything
weapon
into
if
it.
you try hard enough.
Technically, an axe isn't even a weapon. Technically, a sword isn't even a weapon, because they have recreational uses that they were created for before they became weapons, quote unquote. But what that edge is called, the sharp edge, is called a blade. Yes. However, an axe does not have a blade in itself. The top is called a head, and not a blade. It's not called a blade by itself. It's called the axe head.
A blade is a categorization.
Wait, hold on.
The blade is what's on the axe head.
I
I
checked
know,
up
but
something.
because it has a blade, it is categorized as a blade.
It's categorized as an axe.
No, it is an axe, but it's
No,
categorized
axes
as a blade.
and blades are different. Blades is another word for sword.
All right, I'm gonna
It
butt
is
in
in
here.
literary.
I checked up is a battle axe called a blade, and the top result was what does it mean to call someone a battle axe?
What the fuck? What does that mean?
A battle axe is a term generally considered pejorative for an aggressive, domineering, and forceful woman. Huh.
I'm not sure if that's what we were
So
looking for.
yeah, that's definitely not what we're looking for. I honestly can't find anything on this. Let me see
look
what
up blade as a
constitute-
definition.
Yeah,
I'm really glad that the capture is still running.
blade definition.
I'm glad we are getting all of this footage and just
The
talking
flat
about this
cutting
blade
edge of a
discussion
knife,
again.
saw, or other tool or weapon.
See?
The flat wide section of an implement.
I
or
didn't
device
deny
such
that
as
an
or
axe. I didn't
propeller.
deny that an axe has a blade. I didn't say that. It's
No.
not called a blade.
That's the definition of a blade.
Yes.
Is a tool or weapon.
No. Go back and read that again.
It says the flat cutting edge of a knife, saw, or other tool or weapon.
The flat cutting edge. The edge is called the blade. The whole piece of the sword is that edge except for the handle. Because of that ratio, it is called a blade.
But that's the same argument. It doesn't matter. If you're saying an axe isn't a blade because it has more that's not a blade, that means it's not a blade.
Yeah.
If that's the case, a sword isn't a blade because it still has a handle that's not a blade.
Okay, fair. But
In which case, a blade, saying something's a blade is obsolete.
okay.
Because farther down on that definition, it
I feel like
should
I'm talking myself into a corner, but yeah, you're
it should
sort of
mention
there.
that if it and used in literary,
Yep.
it's mostly defined as
Okay,
a sword.
I
Yeah.
just found it. There is a diagram of the blade. There is the shaft, or the handle.
an axe.
There's the head, the axe head.
Right.
The back is called the pull butt. There's the eye, which is the part that's right over top of the shaft. The cheek is the part right after the shaft. And then the front part is called the bit or the blade or the beard. But
Beard?
it's that.
Is that a
it's-
lumberjack
it's-
thing?
Yeah, it's that front part is called the blade. So Jameson was right that it is that part of the axe that is the blade. The rest of it's the head.
Well, yes, that's not what we're arguing.
Yeah.
I know what part of an axe is the blade.
Well,
Right.
yeah.
We're
But what-
arguing whether an axe is defined
Yeah.
as a blade.
So
Well,
the thing
no,
Because you
because
call a
a bl-
sword a blade.
Well, no, because a blade is defined in that picture as the edge, not the entire weapon. It would be
but if
classified
that's the
as
case,
an
then a sword
but-
is also not a blade.
Well, no, because
Because the
there's
sword also
there's
has
a
a
part
handle.
there's a part of the that's sort of the thing because everything does have a handle necessarily, but a sword has a really short handle where the only part where you would use the part of the how do I
No, you're wrong. So the edge.
Who's wrong? Am I wrong?
No,
Is he
no.
wrong?
The entire blade is not, or the entire length of the sword is not called a blade, because I would think the cutting part, the
No, the
edge
blade
is the
would
blade,
be the
but then they have
cutting
different
part.
parts on the sword called like the fuller and the ridge and the.
Are those bladed
what?
parts, though?
Yeah.
No,
Then there's
those
still
are part of
blades
the
on,
back edge.
yeah, they're parts on the blade. There's the edge, there's the fuller, there's the
I know, but those
the
are still parts
central
of the blade.
ridge. No, they're parts
Yeah.
of the sword. The blade is the edge.
Okay.
Either way, I'm saying that an axe is just as viably defined as a blade as a sword is.
Yeah,
because
a
they
blade.
have
Yeah,
multiple
because they have
parts.
edges. Yeah, that's been discussed. But I don't
That was
think
what the argument was.
Yeah.
But when somebody says, "I have mastered the blade," or "I will draw my blade," what do you think of?
A sword.
You think of a sword.
That's because that's the literary definition of it. You're
Okay.
using it in a literary sense, not an actual definitive sense.
Okay.
We had this argument before.
We did,
And we agreed
I-
on it
I
in the
think, I
end.
think it came to the same thing because
Yes.
I got very heated about something that literally meant nothing.
It's just weird that this isn't a discussion like anywhere else.
That is an interesting.
That's because
thing.
people
It's
don't
never a
assume that
question.
an axe is a blade. They know it has a blade. But if it follows the same constrictions as calling a sword a blade, then yes, an axe is a blade.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. I agree.
Arguably, a spear is also a blade, but
A knife is also a blade.
yes, a knife is a blade.
It is true.
There-
Because I mean, you can't. Unfortunately, with most things with a sword, there's no real practical use to using a knife handle.
Yes.
Because you would prefer to just use the fucking serrated edge or sharp edge, the blade, as it were.
Yes.
Now here's the other thing, though. Could you call a piercing weapon a blade,
If it has a blade.
which is a sharp cutting edge?
Yes.
Which they
Okay,
don't.
so
Some
a
spears
rapier
do.
is not a blade,
Rapiers are supposed to be blades.
but they're
Rapiers have old-fashioned rapiers were designed with slashing in mind, not piercing. The rapiers we use for fencing are just metal rods that we use for stabbing.
right. Those are normally they
Those
call
are
them
called
they
foils?
call them they call them rapiers, but they're fencing foils.
Yeah. So normal rapiers do have blades, and are therefore a blade.
Okay. But is it just like the difference between that is the rapier just had a really, really fine point?
I think
that
the
what it
rapier
was?
was just thinner, so it was
Okay.
able to be swung faster.
Gotcha.
It was very, very ineffective during the times of knights because people had armor.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing though, because if you guys played Fire Emblem at all, a rapier is normally very effective against heavy armor.
That's
Which sounds
because
like
you can get it in
bullshit.
between the pieces.
Yeah,
But you have
if you're
to be
saying,
so
if you're saying
skilled.
it's built by like, well, normally it's only meant for lords,
Mm-hmm.
and the lords are like, which doesn't make any sense because they're regal but not very highly skilled with
Yeah.
the sword. But anyways, Fire Emblem is Fire Emblem. But that would be interesting, especially if they were built more for slashing and not the piercing shit. I don't know.
In terms of armored units, the best weapon is the greatsword. Because it crushes the armor into the person wearing it.
Well, yeah, for like a
The
for like
Fire
a,
Emblem,
like anything
I keep,
heavy.
I keep coming
basically.
back to that.
For
yeah,
like
whatever.
armor. Yeah, anything that can crush the armor is good,
So,
especially
like-
if it's metal armor, because that's not like
Yeah.
that's gonna like stab into you.
So like an axe would be better.
Yeah, like
axe
any
would
like
be better,
anything
yeah.
heavy. Yeah, basically like
You basically want it to... You want to use the armor against them.
Yeah.
You want to crush them with the armor.
yeah, because they don't leave.
So,
there's weak points.
Do you
but
think
it's a lot
a
easier.
warhammer would
Yes.
be highly
Yeah,
effective
warhammer.
against?
It's
Okay.
probably
Yeah.
arguably the most effective next to greatsword.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just super hard to wield, or at least to like.
They're
swing,
top heavy.
because they're super heavy.
Yeah.
I'm glad we got into a conversation about medieval weapons because this is a subject that, while I have no research on, I know a lot about it naturally.
Oh yeah, I mean, you guys are pulling a lot of like just information out of probably various games and other historical shit you know, and I'm mostly pulling my knowledge out of comparing someone else's relative knowledge about this shit to Fire Emblem's accuracy of its weapons.
Well, the reason why I remembered the blade specifically is because Asuna's rapier.
Yeah, you're right.
It's bladed.
Actually. Oh yeah, it is a slashing weapon.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's right.
Primarily slashing. It's
Yeah.
more effective in piercing than a normal sword
Yeah.
because
Yes.
it has a sharper point.
Well,
But
yeah, they make it a lot more like,
naturally, it's a
slender.
slashing weapon.
Yeah.
Okay, here's an interesting thing actually, because I've as I've already said, comparing a lot of shit to Fire Emblem, but it's very accurate in the way that it seems like that game is. However, my only complaint is, do you guys ever think there's ever been, and not a throwing knife, but has there ever been a kind of sword that is able to be thrown?
I doubt it.
Trying to.
Swords, in terms of their structure, are not good for throwing.
I know, but I'm
No.
just trying to
Axes, on
think.
the other hand,
Yeah.
Can you think of something maybe?
a
Because I know you've
throwing
got a
sword?
throwing axe, you've got a javelin, you've got like knives or shurikens, which it is, but there's never any throwing type of sword. It's ever, if you ever have a ranged sword in Fire Emblem, it is always a magic sword.
Yeah, there's never. Yeah, there's no. Not that I can think of. There's small like curved swords like foxes and
Yeah.
kopeshes,
But those aren't
aren't
Right.
throwing. Like
Actually,
they could work
I think in
better because
terms
you
of-
could angle them.
In terms
but-
of throwing swords, the closest you would get is a throwing knife.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Because they're
Or like
small.
a dagger, I guess.
Do you guys think? Because that did just remind me, at least in Three Houses, the main character gets a sword which stretches out into into a sword whip.
Chain
Oh
whip.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sort
It's-
of like the bladed whip from
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, pretty much like you.
It separates into
it's a
pieces
normal
and comes
sword,
out.
and you flick it down, and it's a whip.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly what the
Do
chain
you
whip.
think that?
That can happen.
Do you
No.
think that a chain whip could logistically be applied in real life?
No.
I
somehow?
don't think so, but I
No.
can't remember
No?
how.
It's, while yes, you could make it,
Right.
but as an effective weapon, it'd be terrible.
Because it would probably just come back and hit you, especially
No.
with the serrated edge.
If you're skilled enough with a whip, you won't hit yourself.
Right.
It's because in order to be a serrated bladed whip that turns into a sword,
It would be
it
very
would need
stiff.
a lot of parts.
You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I think also as well
And
that you
also,
wouldn't have
when
much
you slash something with it, you
Yeah.
get blood and chunks stuck in it.
Yeah.
It's very ineffective as a weapon.
Well, not
You'd
to
only be
mention-
able to use it once or twice.
Not to mention, if you turned it into a whip, you'd have to spread out the parts of the sword, which means that like they would basically be barbs. So if you slash someone with it as the whip, it would get stuck in them.
Well,
and then
that's
you'd
the
have to
thing. You'd
pull
need to make it
through.
strong enough to be able to pull it out.
Well, yeah, but
without
like
it
even
falling
if you
apart.
did, like it would stuff would get caught in those
Yeah.
gaps.
Well,
So
'cause
yeah, it
my
would
main
not be
my
very
main thought.
good.
Did you guys ever have those little tracks? They had like little plastic tracks, and they would have like a bajillion tiny pieces you would click together to make a long
Yeah,
bending track.
I know what you're talking about.
That's what I'd expect a serrated whip to be like.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
So would you think like
Except
if
for a
you
little
took
more
it,
separate.
if you took it from a sword to that thing, you would have, at least from the way I would think about it, it would look sort of more like your hilt is sort of like an engine or like a rotisserie that would pull
that cooks the chicken.
It would pull the it would either release the tension on the blade so it could become the whip. So if you press a button,
Yes.
you can fling it down and it'll become the whip.
I'd expect.
Or when you hit the button, it'll pull everything back and
I'd expect
retension it.
there'd be a tensile string or something
Yes.
that runs all the way to the end.
Yeah.
One would pull it, so it would tighten, and then the other would.
Yeah, however the
loosen.
mechanism would work.
Yeah, and then you'd also have to make it so that like when you put it out into whip form, the like chunks of the blade that are in sections would like narrow down to become actual like.
Well, it would sort
make
of
it look more like a.
Well, the way
continuous
that
whip.
it would be is it's it mostly goes, it just takes the piece, takes the blade and I would say it splits it into 16ths, I guess.
Yeah.
So there would be 16 pieces of the blade, but the blade is all the same length. It just has a cord now in between everything. So it basically has barbs on the blade, on the whip. So
Right.
the entire piece of the whip is actually inlaid into the sword and it's sort of bunched up inside the bit.
Okay, that could work. Yeah.
But
there-
once again,
It
it would
require
have more parts.
Yeah, it require a lot of tech, but
Right.
and
But
probably a little
you
fair
think
bit of time to master.
there's a possibility that you could use it.
You could make
Yeah.
it
You
and
could
use
make
it, but not for very long.
Right.
Yeah, it would probably break
be-
really
And it's just
easily.
like
Two or three uses
Yeah, you would have
probably.
to be a very strong, very good tensile strength for whatever cord you're using, and everything has to be relatively hardy. And you have to be able, especially if you're using it in like a combat thing where you get like guts and shit, you have to sort of be able to shake out the chain before you bring it back, because if you don't, it'll get stuck.
Yeah. Even then, I seriously think it would run out of uses very quickly.
Yeah.
It's like what's the comparison? Most melee weapons aren't meant to have a lot of parts.
Yeah, there's supposed to
Chainsaws.
just be.
That's a good That's a good comparison.
Chainsaws, yeah.
They're very good weapons, but not for very long.
No, yeah, I agree. Or like if you tried to make something logistically probably like this fucking weapon that your character has, where it just transforms
Whoa,
between all this
okay.
shit.
So I just found something.
Yeah.
The Arumi is a sword with a flexible whip-like blade originating from the Indian subcontinent, notable in what is now southern India and Sri Lanka. It is thought to have existed from as early as the Sangang period, and they're literally just like sharp whips.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It looks kind of like a fan whip.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of
blades and
small, like
shit. It
flexible
looks like
swords
a,
that
what
you.
the fuck is it? It looks like a flogger.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah.
what that is.
Yeah. And it says it's considered to be the most dangerous and difficult sword in history to master due to the lack of self-accessibility and the risk of injuring oneself.
Yeah.
It is treated as a steel whip and therefore requires prior knowledge of the weapon as well as a sword. That's so weird. Let's see, how do they use it? It's handled like a flail arm but requires less
Yeah,
strength since
flail.
the blade combined with centrifugal force, which is
Centrifugal.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought it was
Yeah.
centrifugal.
It's also not real.
Yeah,
which he's
but-
very right about.
Well, centripetal
What?
is real. Centrifugal is fake.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yes, centrifugal is something that people just say, but it's actually just a fake concept.
I thought it was things based off of rotational strength through the center point.
Nope. Centripetal force is the force that you feel that pulls you out. Like if you're going, like when you swing a water pail around in a circle, the thing that pushes the water to the bottom of the pail is the centripetal force. The centrifugal force, I think, was like, it was a something that they were talking about. I think they wanted it to be like the normal force or something like that, like the restorative force, but I can't remember exactly. It's weird. It was like a thing that they came up with, but then turned out to not be real.
So it was like they made centrifugal force, but then they figured out it's not real, but centripetal was.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Let me, because let's see.
We are learning a lot of factoids today in this
Yeah.
In this
test episode,
test
which has gone on for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
This is going up, whether or
Yeah,
not
this is probably just gonna
we're
go
doing
up at
this.
this
This is
point.
just cool.
Also, Jameson.
Yeah.
Look at my character's hair.
Oh yeah, he's very edgy.
It turns
So,
blue.
oh okay.
Oh
I
my
see.
god.
Ooh.
There was like pixels coming off.
Oh,
Wait, do
yeah.
that again?
Well, yeah, that's because
Look at that.
your Chimera is from
Legion.
the Astral Plane.
Yeah, so you're
Persona.
And it also affects your weapon.
I
Yeah,
feel
your
like we should
weapon's all,
actually
like-
give an official name to call this thing, but not the name that the game is given.
your
What?
persona.
It's literally
It's a
called
persona.
sword,
It's a stand.
arrow, and
it's
arm.
Action figure.
It's a fur baby. I don't even know.
Fur baby.
Yeah, whatever.
Here it is. So centrifugal and centripetal forces may both be called a force, but one of them is not really a force at all. There is a relationship between them, however. Centrifugal results from inertia, the tendency of an object to resist any change in its state of motion or when it is at rest, though it is technically not a force. Centrifugal describes an object as it flies outward along a curved path away from the center of the curve. Oftentimes it is called an apparent force, mainly because it feels like a force.
So it does exist. It's just not a force.
Yeah, it's like something that like, yeah, it's basically the like, I guess, will of the object to not want to move, kind of. It's like resisting.
So it's less of a force and more
Right.
like a natural state.
Yeah, it's like a state.
So-
Centripetal force is a true force that will offset the centrifugal force, stopping the motion of the object from its flying outward, keeping it in motion instead of at a constant speed along a curved or circular path. It's the force that prevents the
What?
moon from floating out of the Earth's orbit.
I don't want to interrupt Nick.
Yeah.
But what the fuck are you doing?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
cleaning them.
Whoa, what? You can clean? What?
Is that like? Is
that
that
like- is like
applicable
pet-
to their stats?
Like
I don't
petting
think
them?
so.
It's just sort of something to do.
Yeah, I think actually when you're in battle, it just makes them look nicer. Because
Okay.
they can eventually look kind of beat up.
I was just really confused, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing?
Oh, my free Monster Hunter World armor. Is that
Oh,
what I
shit.
get when I do the
Yeah, that's what I was telling Jameson to do earlier. Or no, that's what I was telling you to do.
The pickup.
Yeah, go to the...
Visit your hunter's room and speak with the Palico to
Yeah,
redeem
you'll
it.
be able to claim it.
Oh wait, I don't think I did that. Did I?
I'll have to do that.
I don't think you did either.
So I didn't hear anything you were saying about cleaning. What does it do?
I think it literally just makes them look better.
Oh.
Yeah, it's probably just like Pokemon.
Oh, it just slowly
kind of
builds
thing.
up on them?
Yeah.
Huh.
They
But
have
like if you don't clean it, they'll look chipped and broken.
they have moderate to severe
okay.
plaque psoriasis.
Yeah. They've got to take Adderall. I don't know.
I thought it was Abutane. I don't really know. What,
I
I don't
have
know what
no
it is
idea.
actually. Did I just make up a word there? I don't fucking know.
No, I mean that's most medicines. They're like,
Whoa,
man,
you
have
can
you
set
tried Shoop da Bop
colors?
Deep Bop? It. Whoa, you can. What? You can change their colors?
Dude,
Yep.
that's epic.
That
And-
is fucking awesome.
See all these question marks?
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
different color sets.
Wait a second.
Are you about to fucking?
Oh, you can buy them.
These are mission
What?
things.
Shit.
These are the submissions I was telling you about.
Oh.
if I
okay.
complete the fifth file,
It opens
I
up.
get 3 rare material codes.
What?
And that's
cool.
where you get all of those things from.
So what does
Yeah.
the rest of your menu look like? Like what's in here?
Okay. Okay, go back. Here's a map,
Yep.
obviously.
Yep.
Multiple floors.
A map is a map. Yep. Map's
Yeah.
a map's a map.
A stove is a stove.
Yeah.
no
These
matter
are your
where you
items.
go.
Toaster oven is where you put your head. Little
it.
bit of inside the gym there for you guys.
Fuck it, dick in the toaster oven.
Oh shit, you're right.
Ooh, glasses.
Those are items.
I guess
Oh,
it's a
medicines.
toaster.
Okay.
These are your Legion skills. This is where you can
Abilities.
go to your tree. And down there in the bottom left,
Yeah.
it says gene codes.
Ooh.
That's the currency you use to unlock skills. See,
Oh,
this,
wow.
This one requires 400.
Oh wow.
You get them by killing enemies.
What are the abilities?
This one increases the Sword Legion's ability slots by 1.
Yeah, but what are the abilities? Or the ability slots, I guess.
Oh,
Oh, I also see there's
Oh,
different
nope.
classifications. One's like C4. I guess they
those are levels.
or levels. Oh, so they
Oh.
level up.
When you teach them skills, they level up because see this thing?
Oh, C5.
This requires it to be C5.
I see.
Yeah.
Right now it's C4. So I
You're
need to
C4.
unlock more skills to be
Okay.
able to
Haha.
unlock that.
C4. Gonna blow up pretty soon.
Yeah, you might be careful around them.
The ability slots
Yeah.
are for these. These you can pick up
Oh.
from enemies, and they give you
Attack up
stuff.
plus 25. Do you have that equipped on something?
No, because I only have 1 slot. Well, this one requires 3.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, how do you see what slots you have up? Oh, I see over there.
Yeah,
ability
Ew.
code.
I've got
dude.
1.
So you got that, but you only have 1 slot, and you're like not even all the way through the tree. How long is this game?
I don't know.
I feel like it
didn't
might
look
be
up-
really long.
I didn't look it up. I know I'm gonna be playing it for a long time because I'm gonna get everything.
Yeah.
But
I'm gonna definitely see how much shit there is in this game.
And then
And you've got no data, and I would assume you can get all of your stuff before, like, at least the halfway point.
well, you can redo missions as many times as you want, and you get the gene
Okay.
codes from killing enemies.
I just have this weird thing about how some RPGs structure their shit where, like, you ever played a game where you don't get all of the party members until, like, the very end game? You ever played a game like that?
I have. I'm trying to remember what the game was.
I have a
I
really
don't
good
think I
example
ever
of
have.
that makes me slightly angry, but I still like the game. Fucking all of the Persona games.
Oh.
Just the structuring.
Yeah.
I really like those games. I don't know if I've said that on the channel or not, but I don't like in some of them how the structuring for the party members works, because especially in the case of Naoto from Persona 4, the window between getting your second to last and last party member is like 3 dungeons.
Oof.
And it's actually 2. But it is ridiculous how long it takes for you to get that, and how much in-game time passes between those two things.
Ugh.
And especially if you don't do like the secret, or not the secret, if you do like the true ending or activate that,
Right.
you could literally get Naoto, do one more dungeon, and then the game ends, and you get a bad
Yeah.
ending.
Oh wow.
So if you don't do the
Yeah.
right thing,
Wasn't
and-
that what you did your first
yeah,
time?
if you don't go for the, and I was like, wow, they give you Naoto like literally at the end of the game, but then I
Wow.
realized the true ending gives you like 3 more dungeons.
Oh,
And I'm like,
okay.
okay, thank God. But it's just, you know, I have
yeah.
a minor thing about that. There was
That's a
also
bit
there was also
annoying,
another thing as well. I think it was the first Game Boy Fire Emblem game.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you, it almost always gives you a unit like every single map. So you're on the final map, and on like the very last screen where the final boss appears, some dude warps in, and he's a brand new party member.
Oh.
And he's just like, I can buff your guys. So
What's up,
if
bitch?
you had this in the other games, this literally would have been easy. But now the final boss goes from, oh god, what was I gonna do, to piss baby easy. And I'm like, this character is not okay.
Yeah. Breaks the game. That girl keeps looking like she wants to do a backflip, but
No,
can't.
she's just doing squats.
Yeah.
That is an interesting squat form.
Yeah, she's.
I
doing,
think
like,
that's a
swoopy
professional
stuff.
squat form.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's
maybe,
what
yeah.
they do in
That's what you're supposed to do.
in Final Fantasy
Yeah.
VII. They do that, which is also just very strange. Wait, hold up. Go to. How do I discreetly say look at her ass without saying look at her
Oh,
ass?
you don't need to.
Okay.
I already know what you're going for.
It's pretty good. All
There we
right,
go.
it's covered by something, but that's okay.
Nice.
Epic. Now look at that guy's ass. How does his ass
Yeah,
look?
check.
How does
check
your
this guy's
ass look?
Yeah, that's the thing I
Tight.
care about.
That's America's ass right there. Like,
supple.
Tight ass.
I like that. Would you say you've got those nice juicy hamstrings?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at this.
dude.
Look at all these flips.
Look at those flips, dude.
Here
Holy
on Anal
shit.
Train, I mean
Here-
Astral Chain.
I want to change the name of the episode and just name it Anal Train.
Anal Train.
So yeah.
All right. Well, this was Anal Train.
Yeah, this was.
We'll probably
this
be
was
doing a
game-
playthrough.
We will be playing this.